From WDTN, the station that's working for you, this is 2 News First at 4 with breaking news.
And we start with breaking news as a semi flips over, as you see here, live pictures, I-70 and I-75. It looks like a second car might be involved in this accident.
But as you can see, the semi is basically blocking all lanes of traffic at this time, and it is causing huge delays in the early parts of evening rush hour. Cars are trying to get around as best they can in the shoulder. You see that white pickup truck doing that right now as we speak. We're on the phone with police dispatch right now, trying to learn more about exactly what has happened here. No word yet of any injuries, but of course we'll stay on this, keep you updated on the accident itself and how it's affecting traffic throughout this newscast here first at 4.
We also have some breaking news as a statewide Amber Alert is issued for a 10-month-old boy abducted out of Lorain County near Cleveland. That suspect, Robert Bean Sr., is reported to have pistol whipped the child's mother. Before taking him, he is considered armed and dangerous. And
Bean is said to be driving a stolen Chevy Camaro with the Ohio license plate you say here, HAQ 8308. So if you see him or the car, get in touch with police, 911 Crime Stoppers right away.
And as we follow those stories for you, why don't we get a check of your weather?
Yeah, busy day all of a sudden. Here is Storm Team 2 Chief Meteorologist Tara Hastings with your forecast. Where it's felt warmer out there today.
Yeah, much warmer out there. In fact, we saw lots of sunshine. As promised, we saw sunny skies here across the Miami Valley. Here's a look at our SVG motor camera over in Greenville, and look at that. All of that blue skies, just a few puffy fair weather cumulus clouds out there. We started off this morning with temperatures into the 60s and soared into the 70s by lunchtime. And look at this. We are seeing temperatures in the 80s. It's been a couple of days before we've seen those temperatures in the 80s. So it's reminding us that summer is still here. We'll take a look here at our satellite and radar, and we have mostly clear skies across much of the Miami Valley and off towards the west of us as well. Along with that sunshine, feels us a little bit more uncomfortable here as far as our humidity values go, and that will continue tonight and into the day tomorrow. But tomorrow we're tracking some changes with some chances for showers and storms. In the meantime, tonight we're going to see mostly sunny skies for the next few hours with temperatures falling into the lower 80s.
We're also following a developing story out of Trotwood where someone shot and killed a man inside an apartment complex there. The Montgomery County Coroner's Office now identifies that victim as 25-year-old Edward Hines III.
He was found tied up inside his home with multiple gunshot wounds. And 2 News reporter Dana Smith is joining us live with what happened.
It happened right here behind me. This is Woodland Hills Apartments, and I spoke to a friend of the victims who also lives here and who's known him since high school.
I never expected something like this to happen to him, though.
Friends of 25-year-old Edward Hines III say they're still coming to grips with his death. Hines was found tied up, dead, with multiple gunshot wounds inside his home in the early hours of this morning.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
Yes, I'm in Castlebrook. I just walked into my these apartments over here where my friend was staying, and my little brother, he's in the hospital. He's been shot. And he's tied up.
Hines' brother made a frantic call to 911 after he found Hines inside Woodland Hills apartment on Colzine Drive. The door to his apartment was unlocked.
I'm just hurt that that would happen to anybody, especially somebody that I know.
According to police, Hines had lived at the apartment complex for only a few months. Family members discovered his body after they hadn't heard from him for about a day.
The victim typically has daily contact with this individual. When he hadn't heard from him, he came over to the apartment and found the door unlocked, walked in and found the victim lying on the floor.
And I'll have more from that 911 call and police coming up at 5. But for now, I'm live in Trotwood. Dana Smith, 2 News, working for you.
And first at 4, a man and woman are under arrest after police raid an apartment for narcotics. This happened off Woodman Drive in Dayton this morning. Kettering police and Vice had been working on this case for about a month, and a SWAT team made the arrests with no injuries. Officers say they did find drugs. They're still searching for another suspect who is not in the apartment today. One dog was in the apartment and is now with the Animal Resource Center.
And happening today, President Trump signs a bill into law to help protect our firefighters. The Firefighter Cancer Registry Act will require the CDC to create and maintain a registry and collect data on cancer among firefighters. That data will be used with state data to better prevent cancer among our firefighters. The bill was packed by Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown and will also require the CDC to develop more cancer guidance for fire stations.
Also happening today, the Ohio State Fair is opening 1 year after a deadly accident on the Fireball ride. Many at the fair today putting that accident out of their minds, instead focusing on the animals and, of course, the food and games.
It's so touching to get to see their face light up when they see me and being able to, make their day a little bit better.
This is a 100-year-old recipe, mixture of whipped cream, vanilla pudding.
It's fun to ride rides and play the games, getting fair food.
The Ohio State Fair goes until Sunday, August 5th.
And as usual, Ohio Governor John Kasich is there at the Ohio State Fair for opening day. He does that every year, but this time he's criticizing President Trump's tariffs, which he says are hurting many of the farmers there at the fair.
This comes as President Trump met with European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker today at the White House to talk about tariffs and trade. Omar Jimenez shares more in our continuing coverage of the trade war.
Have to follow.
President Trump meeting with Jean-Claude Juncker, president of the European Union Commission, amidst an ongoing trade and tariff dispute.
We should focus on reducing tariffs, not on increasing them, and that's what we have to do. That's our job.
Well, I agree, and if we could have no tariffs and no barriers and no subsidies, the United States would be extremely pleased.
But both sides still have some work to do. Back in March, in the wake of Trump's threats to hit European steel and aluminum imports with steep tariffs, Juncker said this.
This is basically a stupid process, the fact that we have to do this. But we have to do it.
The European Union, along with Mexico and Canada, retaliated with tariffs of their own this summer, some targeting U.S. exports of agricultural products. China did the same after President Trump imposed $50 billion in tariffs on Chinese imports. Now, the Trump administration is offering $12 billion in aid to American farmers hurt by these tariffs.
We're not trying to replace farm income per se. We believe that the marketing disadvantages by the retaliatory tariffs have an impact on that.
But some Republicans have criticized the decision.
The tactics that are being used right now are not helping our producers.
And as negotiations continue, the hope is to prevent a transatlantic trade war from joining the tariff fight already brewing across the Pacific with China. In Washington, Omar Jimenez, 2 News, working for you.
Well, still to come, new threats to our power grid, the new U.S. intelligence, and what it shows about new Russian hacking attempts.
We know that in the very near future, most jobs are going to require some sort of STEM literacy.
And preparing students for the future, how teachers are getting a lesson today. That is next on First at 4. And we brought you breaking news at the beginning of the newscast. We are tracking an accident northbound I-75 at I-70. The road is closed. Drivers are being told to find other routes. You're looking at the backup that's being created because of that as a semi has overturned. So we will, of course, continue to follow that. But again, I-75 northbound at I-70 could turn into a bit of a mess here.